It's your Raise the Bar Pro Tip of the Week. We are back here with Travis Tucker from Ketel One, Regional Manager. And we're talking all things Ketel. We've gone through the history of the brand, what makes that iconic Ketel brand so special. Today, we've got to dive into this new category that Ketel's supposed to, we always think of Ketel, it's amazing vodka brand, but the reality is this new botanical line that you guys have produced and rolled out is, one, it's blown my mind. And it's crazy because I think vodka, but technically it's really not a vodka. And I mean, explain to us how this is working, because I think you guys kind of went back to your gin roots in producing this, which was, I mean, let's be honest, gin, the original flavored vodka, right? And so how you guys have taken those roots and produced this botanical line that, if you haven't had it yet, I highly encourage you to get some of this brought in so you can taste it. Explain how this process worked, how it came about, and what is making it so distinctly different from some of the flavored vodkas that we've seen out there.
It's an incredible question, Chris. And I think it starts with the Nolet's distilling heritage. 327 years, established in 1691. They've had a long time to get it right. Most recently, they have developed Nolet's Gin. Carl Nolet Sr., his son, Carl Nolet Jr., who I have the privilege of working for, the 11th generation, if you will. He likes to call Nolet's Gin the father of the thought, meaning that they had created Nolet's Gin in 2010 because the gins at the time, very juniper forward, very London dry forward, if you will. He wasn't very open to those. And so he wanted to create something that was more botanical forward, if you will. And we've seen gin go that direction as well.
You have. I mean, he was kind of the originator of what, you're hearing people say the New World gin, right? The non-London dry.
Yep.
Nolet was kind of the one that kind of spearheaded that and said, let's push it out there as something slightly different than what we've all were accustomed to.
Yeah, and it all came from his love of the various botanicals that they distill into that spirit. Rose, Turkish rose specifically, raspberry, peach, all these beautiful distillates that are handcrafted individually and then blended to form what we know as Nolet Gin. And that brings us to Ketel One Botanical. Ketel One Botanical is a vodka distilled with real botanicals and infused with natural fruit essence. It is neither a gin nor a vodka. It's actually its own category.
So literally you guys you said, what, screw it, we're going to create our own variety. So you push past the walls, the barriers, to say, we're going to create something totally different, unique, and, really take, when we think about flavored vodkas, right? And you think about that movement that happened, because I mean, what was it? Probably 8 years ago, the flavored vodka thing was just, it was peaked, right? You had a flavor for everything out there. And then we had this mixology, the craft movement kind of coming through, and those two worlds really didn't mix too well between all the flavors and this craft movement. And I think we lost a word I've heard you use, authenticity. I think that craft movement, the mixologists, if you will, they lost the authenticity with some of those flavored vodkas. And you guys have honestly said, no, we're gonna bring that back, but we're gonna do it in a way that allows that craft movement to take advantage of the history of what you guys produce and the fact that you created your own varietal here, using flavors that we all want to use, things like grapefruit and rose and peach and orange blossom and all these different things that we're seeing us use constantly. Now you've handed us a product that's ready to go. And I think the cool thing about this too is, think about the health component, right? You and I were talking earlier about this and the fact that our consumer now is looking for healthier choices, right? They still want the social aspect of going out and enjoying time with friends at the bar and having cocktails, but how do we incorporate the health side of what the consumer now also cares about? And we talked about the fact that on the label itself, we're putting more information about non-GMO and no sugars added, stuff that probably no one cared about 10 years ago. It's extremely important now. And that's something you guys have definitely focused on, right?
100%, so much so that we've actually put it on every single label. If you pick up a bottle of Ketel One Botanical, you'll notice it says no carbs, no sugar, no artificial ingredients, but produced from a non-GMO base. All the things that consumers are looking for, authenticity, if you will. They want to know what's in the food they're eating, the drinks they're drinking. They're gravitating towards a more holistic lifestyle, as are bartenders. And they want something that delivers, like you said, a low impact alternative to, say, vodka or a glass of white wine.
Because this is a little bit lower proof than your standard 80 proof vodka, right? It's a 60?
It is lower proof and lower calories. It is 60 proof, 30% alcohol, and 73 calories per serving.
That's such a huge win. Guys, I'm telling you, this is a product that you want your distributors to bring in, taste on it, Taste it on your customers. Let them give you some feedback. This is a whole new category of our menus that we're going to start touching on that says it's a new space that we can have a healthier choice for our guests that are still getting amazing quality cocktails. And Kettle has come to the plate and helped us be able to do that, which is such a huge win. So make sure at your properties you're getting this product brought in, you're tasting on it, and it's something that you potentially could incorporate into your beverage program at whatever hotel you might be at. This has been your Raise the Bar Pro Tip of the Week.